Pink hat. Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
I'm from the Astro. Okay, I'm not.
No, he's not. I could change that
Hey,
to
that works.
something, but I'm not.
Look, I'm all sparkly. Of course I'm from the Astro.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we got the sparkles today?
We have the sparkles today.
Oh, good
We don't get the
grief.
sparkles every day, you know, dear.
Anyway. Welcome to the
Oi.
show. Welcome to Happy Hour, where you get a single card positive message from us to you, which we certainly need all the positivity we can get these days, these crazy days. Oh my goodness.
I'm Joseph with a Technicolor coat. I'm not Donnie.
Anyway,
Please shut up, Oberon.
we promised not to bicker so much today. Boy, did we have bicker fest on Thursday night for those of you who were there. Goodness. It's just back and forth. Snarkiness. Kara knows if Kara shows up. Oh, there it is.
It's like a toy.
Anyhow. But we had a great family gathering yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Just to celebrate family.
That's right. That's all we wanted to
I
celebrate.
was all dressed in black, wearing my usual do not taunt fun happy goddess shirt. And that was the gist of it. We had a little rain shower that disrupted the gathering, but for a little bit, but then it cleared out and it actually cooled down the temps just a little bit, which were atrocious.
Yes, but Mr. O was trying to help, and got the dizzies.
Yeah, he got the
And then the rest of the day was kind of foggy for me out there.
So we didn't stay very long, but we had to get back anyway because of our cats. They started the barbecue at 4-ish, the food, and we got there around that time. We left about a little after 7:30, I think.
No, it was closer to 8,
Okay, yeah, closer to
about
8.
10 to 8 or so. So we were there almost 4 hours.
Yeah, and in heat like that, that's pretty good for me because I have asthma. So at any rate, we're going to get the card for the collective going here.
And Banshee talked to our granddaughter about the Lenormand project.
Yes, I have this Lenormand project. I need an artist.
And our daughter's a fabulous artist.
I'm hoping I can snag her in, especially since it involves, don't give a clue, something that she really likes. And I like too, using that as the focus for the theme behind the Lenormand. So who knows? Maybe we will publish a deck someday. She was like all gun ho and wanted, oh, you're going to do a tarot? I want to do all those cards. I'm like, I don't know if you have the motivation for all 78, dear, but I got a shorter deck for you to try.
Well, it's almost 10 after. Do you think you could get that card going now?
Hey, Mr. O, you running to work today? No, you're not.
No, I just have to contemplate also getting through another couple of filmed shows we have to do.
Well, since you want me to hurry, I pulled the card and it is just us. Justice.
It always is, isn't it?
Yes.
Hello, Sonny.
All right. Oh, we think Sonny might have to go to the vet sometime soon. He's having a little issue.
Wow. I love my sparklies.
Wow, this is really short. Colette Baron Reed went really short on this one. Justice Karma. The law of cause and effect is in play now as I see elements in my life balance out. What goes around comes around. I'm now seeing evidence of this law in the conditions of my world. Well, maybe your private world, I'm not sure.
Hi, Mr. Maurice. It's good to see you.
Mr. M, hey, good to see you. Uh, I'm glad you're thinking of us. Appreciate that.
This is the happy hour, though, so we're just pulling a happy hour card. We're not doing questions, but we'll see if we can find something in there for you.
You know, Mr. M, you're such a loyal follower. Maybe we should do what we did for Holly.
Yes.
You know what we'll do, Mr. M? We're gonna do it after the birthday reading we have on tomorrow's show. So if you would like to just, if you can't make it, you'll be able to go back and look at that reading. But we'll do
Right. We'll
that
take your
for
question.
you.
We'll do it right after our birthday reading tomorrow. We'll give
Yeah.
you a happy card today, too. So,
We'll give you a happy card today if you want. That's right. So what I'm gonna
hi, Shreya.
do, I'm gonna
Not bad.
copy that question so we have it and put it here. All right. So we will do that for you. And Mr. M is here in Cherry Blossom.
Cherry Blossom, too. Gang's all here, just about.
So do you have anything to say about that? What goes around comes around?
Well, I like justice
I do.
as a concept here because I think sometimes we don't always remember that one person's justice isn't necessarily true justice or everyone else's justice. And so sometimes we have to realize that there's a lot of give and take in the world and that there's a lot of ways that balance, which maybe justice is really about, the scales can be restored. So this card to me may be more about saying we have to all, well, you probably said it too, work on the balance.
Well, I didn't yet actually, but we do have to work on the balance. We have to find what's right and
Kara,
just for most, if not all. Hi, Kara.
you are watching someone other than us? What?
What? We're teasing. Just want to make sure I got my numbers right. There we go. All
Already,
right. But that's what we have for the collective. I think that,
just like a Taurus, yes.
you know, this is justice in its positive aspect. So I'm certainly not going to get into what's going on in America today because that would be justice reversed. So, no, not at happy hour. Anyway, enough said. All right.
Well, I like your honestness. You're like, yeah, I was watching somebody else. What are you going to do about it? That's
She's
just
a
like
Taurus, of
that's just like
course.
my Taurus brother would be like that. But you're nicer.
Oh, we're silly. You know, we support other people out here on the platform. So, hey,
And
all
Mr. O
good.
is on fire. This O is on fire.
Well, I guess I'm going to let him sing more so that we don't argue. So, you know, spend the time arguing. We'll let Mr. O sing.
That's right. I know that's right.
All right, let's move on. I'm going to copy the list now that I think most of us are here. We'll see who comes in after, but here we go. We are on Jemison. Hi,
Let's check this out.
Jemison. I've got
Look
the
at that
right
list.
gears here. I'm using a deck I keep down here. We've got like 3 copies of this deck. All of them are now well used. I noticed the one upstairs, though, has some dog ears on some of the cards, so I thought maybe using this one would be a good idea. And besides, we're down here because of the heat again. It's atrociously hot today and tomorrow and humid. All right, I'm going first, Mr. O. I know I'm bucking the trend here. So I usually let you do it.
Trends, schmens.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. For Jemison, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is saying, hey, take this week to take a look at and assess your progress on things. It would be a good idea. Sometimes we're working so hard, we can't see, beyond what we're doing day to day. We can't see how much progress we're making or what's left that needs to be done. We just keep going. We're almost like on autopilot a lot. So this is
Hi, Libra.
so this is saying take the time to take some happy time, take some good time to assess where you're at with your goals, with your life right now, and what more you need to do in some area of your life. Go ahead. I'll get Libra on the list.
Alrighty. So, Jebuson, the Seven of Pentacles is a pause, perhaps a moment of reflection, a feeling like, maybe, you're just looking at what you thought you started or what you're involved in, but you may not feel totally like bringing it forward. You might want to just sit in this contemplative mood, but you may be envisioning what you could actually do or what other directions may be open to you within that same context. And of course, it could be saying too that this is really just that pause before you have to get really busy working, that maybe certain projects will be demanding your attention very soon.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. We are on Jackie. Your shuffle. I want to say we were really hoping we could get to doing our world prediction update for the 4th of July, but it's going to wait. I mean, somebody had to have a big, beautiful bill on the 4th, keeping that deadline. We're a little bit more flexible than that with our deadlines.
Yeah,
So
especially because we get tired in other human foibles.
right, and we had, a day's activity out. And today we're filming my show. So we may
We
get
may or
to
may
it
not.
today, or maybe we'll get to it tomorrow after our live show. Not sure. But
Yeah.
one way or another, I think this weekend,
We want to update
yeah.
what we said 6 months ago and take a special look at what's going on now.
We're going to do a little bit of focus on the world, but a lot of focus on where the U.S. is headed. And we're going to focus on specific issues, I think, this time, and throw 3 cards for each. I've already kind of mapped this out. Like, for example, we might do something about what impact the big, beautiful bill will have on the rest of this year going forward, the fact that it passed.
All right, more later. And here you go, Jackie. You have temperance today. So continuing the theme of maybe balance, but maybe in a more holistic or personal way, that this may be more about you, Jackie, that you are finding that whatever situations you realize you're going through today or in this next week, you really have to kind of pull it together on a level where everything can kind of balance with each other, but also respect each other. That maybe, some of this is not just about everything personal in you, but maybe about externals you have to deal with. And maybe you have to align people that don't always get along or situations that contradict each other. So this is your week to apply maybe a more personal or heartfelt understanding to that process.
Well, this is real interesting to me because the first time
Oh, hi, Mr. Maurice. Oh, thank you. Thank you for donation. Appreciate it.
it's jumping around, yay!
If you want
Little kitty.
a purple kitty to dance around on our stage, you can donate a small amount of money to us, like our friend here.
Aw, thank you,
Thank
Mr. M.
you.
Appreciate
We really
you.
appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And I just wanted to point out that out of the first 3 cards we have drawn today, they're all kind of about slowing things down a little bit, or finding the balance. We had justice in the beginning. We had last time we had the Seven of Pentacles, which is about stepping back a little bit, taking it easy to pause and look over and reflect on things in your life right now. And now we have Temperance, Jackie. And Temperance is saying, hey, pace yourself this week. Take it a little lighter on yourself. Make sure you have time to rest and refresh as well as get your work done. Find the balance, find the harmony. This temperance card is also very alchemical, and it's about finding the right mixture, the right blend in your life right now to make yourself feel good, and comfortable with conditions. So I think that's the message here too for you, is to take it a little bit easier, slower, and time for reflection or just meditation and clearing your mind of all this craziness going on, whether it's in your personal life or in the world around you. That's what we have for you. Good
Alrighty.
luck with that. And Lena is up.
Hi, Lena. So yeah, don't forget to watch Banshee's show tomorrow, The Material Matters.
Oh,
It's a
I'm putting it
reading.
away.
It's a reading for each sign of the zodiac, and it gives you the financial and economic information you need. Plus, we have a chat room open during this recorded video playing. We can all chat, drink our coffee, have fun. We share other insights, and hopefully everybody benefits. Then after that, we're on live tomorrow, 2 to 4 p.m. We have a birthday reading right after our opening card, and then we'll be doing Mr. Maurice's question that he gave us today, because he's a good friend and regular donator on occasion. So we love that. We appreciate that. We don't normally do that, but we have done it recently for someone else. So it may be something we're going to work our way through and decide how that actually fits in the overall
See,
scheme
that
of
tells
things.
me I have to get another copy of this deck. I've got another dog-eared card here.
Hey,
That would be
you're
deck
welcome,
number
Jackie.
4. That's how much we love this deck.
Thank you for
Oh
all
my
you do for us
gosh.
too.
Wow. Look,
Lena, more balance.
more the theme,
More
apparently.
balance.
Yeah.
The whole world is really kind of unbalanced. It's not just here in the States. There are things happening all over the world, maybe not to the same measure or degree. But for you, Lena, the card is really saying this is now a time really to focus on some disparate things. There's a sense here that these things are not necessarily equally weighted or important in your life, but you may be drawn to figure out exactly how they're going to rotate or orbit around you for the benefit of what you're doing.
I think this week you figure it out and find some balance in your life, Lena. This is what the Two of Pentacles is. It's the ability to juggle multiple things at one time. It might be a little bit now, unlike Temperance, in a way, there might be a little bit of a hecticness about this pace, but everything you want to accomplish or do in this week ahead is possible. You will be able to find a way to fit it in to your life and get things done. And you'll feel real good about that. Feel real good about what you've accomplished this week and that you were able to do it, pretty seamlessly.
My final reflection is that to some degree, this may not necessarily be the most challenging thing you're going to do this week. When I look at the face of the figure in the card, it sort of feels like they have their mind on something else, but they are able to I can't say that word.
What is it? Atomic?
Autonomic, when it's an autonomic
Oh,
function, autonomically
there you go.
balance things while also being able to keep focus elsewhere where it may be needed.
So good luck with that. Enjoy it. That will be good. And we are on
All right.
three.
And like Mr. Maurice, I too work for government. He works for the feds. I work for a local government. So I get the idea that, yeah, work is really busy. When I get to your reading, I might share some other thoughts about what I'm going through right now with my workplace. Nothing bad. It's mostly other things that affect us. All right.
Well, your birthday's on July 15th. We're going to have to do a birthday reading for you too at some point here. So thanks for telling us in advance. Let's see. I just want to
Is
double
that
check.
Mr. Maurice?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. We did one last year because you're Cancer.
So we'll either do it on July 13th, the Sunday, or July 17th after. How would you want to do that?
Well, so that's either a week from tomorrow. We could do it a week from tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it Sunday, the 13th. I'm going to make a note of that as well so I will know. Well, it's actually there. So, okay.
Well, happy birthday in advance, and I'm sure I'll be able to say happy birthday again to you. And stay cool, Mr. Maurice. Like I mentioned, I work for my local government, and I tell you, sometimes the mailman or the UPS driver dropping off stuff, and I look at them and I say, "Would you like some water?" And I give them a cold bottle of water from our fridge. Hey, we always have extra, and it's just a good thing to do if people have to work out
It's
in
your
this kind of
shuffle,
weather.
sir. For
You're
Shirley.
welcome.
Hey, Shirley. Hey, you're welcome, Mr. M. We got you covered this month. Boy, we've had a lot of Cancer birthdays, almost as many as Aries season. So, because we had a lot during Aries season
We
too.
want everybody to stop having birthdays. No, we don't. I'm kidding, of course. The sardonic Mr. Scorpio.
Well, I'm sure we would all like to stay at the same age or maybe younger, maybe.
Time has no meaning here, so never mind.
Anyway, Sonny is here. He seems to be feeling a little better today, but there's something going on with his gut, we think. So we may have to take him to the vet. Not sure.
All right, so we are on Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Yeah, I'm going to check you out. Yeah.
And Shirley, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I hate
That's
to think about
nice.
people
Yeah.
out there without some recourse to water in this weather. So, Shirley, the Ten of Pentacles suggests maybe that this is a time where you might find some real solidarity or some real sense of support, foundation, people that have your back or people that appreciate you. It could be within family or it could be within family as you define it. It could be just with you and that other extra person or two that you may know. But it's really about saying, there's pizza for everyone. I like to think it's a pizza pie. I always say that. Those are anchovies, right? No, I don't know. Uh, but, enjoy children, enjoy relationships around you, enjoy your own relationships. This is really a good card saying everything is supportive right now, and I'm choking a little bit, so I'm going to give it over to Banshee.
Well, being that the, hang on, Mr. O, I think I've got a cough drop here, but it's getting my hand on it. Here you go. Um, being that the Tree of Life is on this card, I mean, I know there's a lot of financial elements to this card, and I'm going to get to that. But I think you're being with the Tree of Life on this card. It really talks about the circle of life and, has us reflecting on those who've come before us, how we've gotten to where we are in life, the role of family, family support, maybe even sometimes lack.
Okay.
But, you were able to manage to get to where you are. And also, this talks about the community I feel around you, Shirley, that they, we're all family. We're all in this together here. I mean, like, for example, us here in our condo complex, we're not the only ones suffering through road work here. We've got a whole strip here of people who, and some of them don't even have a way to get their car out of the
Yeah,
driveway.
some of them are totally blocked off from their driveway.
Yeah, they can't because the thing is totally broken up there. But I assume these probably were double car families, so maybe they have a car out. But at any rate, this whole idea of support is there for you. So maybe right now, too, as far as your business matters are concerned, you may find this week a little bit more support from the people in the community around you. So,
That's a good point because
yeah.
this card does have materialistic connotation, so it could be about businesses and things like that.
We'll get you a card, Holly. No
I already put them
problem.
on.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Um, and so it could be, a good sense of, solidarity in your business concerns, like maybe everything just starts to add up to the right point. So good luck with that.
Yeah, wish you luck with
Sure
that.
wish that's worthwhile for you.
Fiber is up. I'll be pulling for fiber. I brought you a cough drop if you needed it.
Thank you. I probably do.
Yeah, I think we have an air quality alert out there today. Um, so the air is supposed to be poor today, and especially for sensitive asthmatic people like me.
Still got some sparkles. Oh well. I'm messing around. You're welcome, Shirley, with trying to relieve the sparklies.
So I will toss out the happy news that my blood
You're
work,
very
I
welcome.
got to look at my blood work yesterday that I took on Thursday. I got a test and everything was in the normal range. And I was really happy to see that. Everything. There's usually a couple things that they don't worry about that weren't in the normal range, yet for the first time in like a long time, they were in the normal range. And I was just like, wow. That's awesome. So I'm pretty on top of the world right now. And by the way, Fiber, you are on top of the wheel right now.
Top the wheel, looking down on Florida. I'll stop there.
Wow, look at that. The Wheel of Fortune. Hey, your luck may be about to change. It's really funny because I've noticed lately my luck has changed a little bit. And then to add to it, Mr. O, whether you believe it's good luck or bad luck, because there's difference of opinion depending on what culture you belong to, but he cracked open an egg that had two yolks in it.
I
So,
haven't I haven't done that for
yeah,
decades. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's only happened once or maybe twice in our lives
So a
where we've
lot
come
of
across
people
a
say
double A.
that's good luck, and
Yeah.
I've been feeling this different change in fortunes lately. So, and then I had the good blood work, so I'm feeling good, and you should be feeling good this week too, Fiber, because your luck is going to be changing for the better. You're just going to feel like things are going your way, that everything is flowing the way you want them to. Who could ask for more than that?
It could also be too that you realize that certain projects you've set in motion are turning towards their most productive or possibly lucky part where maybe a synergy arises and connections happen that maybe advance some of your projects. It basically is, some good luck happening or feeling like the wheel is just turning in your favor again.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, Mr. M. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody. I'm just feeling really, and I felt good. So it was really good to see that that was, you hate to see something go wrong on your blood work when you're feeling really good. So it kind of made me feel, oh, yeah, okay. I was right, that everything is going smoothly right now. So that's what we have for you, Fiber. That was really awesome. I wish you luck this week.
Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. And now it's Carl.
And now we just got to get Mr. O be a little less dizzy at times.
Yeah. I've had to do a particular procedure that deals with just the inner ear infection, and it's basically a certain kind of procedure where I have to go down one way, go down another way, and things restabilize in the ear canals. It's a little messy, it's a little hit and miss. but I may have to do it again. I did it a couple times in the last week or so with a little bit of relief. You're welcome, Fiber. Wait until I do Carl's, and then you can thank me for that one too.
Wouldn't it be wild if they both had the wheel?
From your lips, right? No.
No.
Carl gets the Four of Wands. And so there's a different kind of wheel there, or circle. There's the circle of people who maybe engage with you at this time. You know, the Four of Wands talks about things that relate to your family or foundational issues or a big party, a big tent, a sense of inclusiveness.
So I don't know if you have an event going on this
I
week,
have had one recently, though.
but this is a time to celebrate. Maybe you're going to be celebrating Fiber's good luck, Carl. Whatever the case may be here, there's a cause to celebrate this week. So really, between the two of you, good luck, celebration.
Yeah, it sounds like they're kind of joined at the hip there. You know, something really good happens and then you celebrate.
Yeah, this sounds like a stellar week for the two of you. So I hope you have something, really good happen that you can enjoy. This is party time. This is our unofficial party card.
Excuse me.
It can involve family, it can involve establishing foundations. Well, maybe that's where the good luck and happiness comes from. If you're building a community or you're putting some events together and everything is falling into place, you can feel good and celebrate the progress. So, whatever the case may be, this looks like a really good week for the two of you. Good luck.
So celebrate good things.
Mystic South. See, I knew you probably had something going on just by.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Mystic South. And of course, Mystic South is a great, convention. And I believe also members from our mutual credentialing
Did
organization,
you see
Covenant of the Goddess.
to be celebrating 50 years
Mm-hmm.
of God.
Thank you. You said it better than I could because someone cut me off.
Well, I wanted to let you know she said she acknowledged that. So,
Well, I do appreciate that. We're all of us members of the Covenant of the Goddess here. We're credentialed priests. And Covenant of the Goddess, is celebrating 50 years. That's fabulous.
yeah, that's amazing in pagandom, really.
It is.
Yeah, so
All right, so we are on Siama.
let's grab that card. And yes, we are on. Oh, I had Carl's name still up. Whoopsie. We're on Siama, absolutely. All right.
And don't forget to watch us tomorrow for more complete questions.
All right.
Okay, where's the border on that one? I don't know why, but it's gone.
Where is that Mystic South? Where is that at? Is that in
It's Florida or Georgia?
Georgia, I think, right? I'm not sure if that's something Cindy goes to, Cindy Azell. She goes to some
I
big
don't know.
thing around this time of year. I'll have to see if she posts something about that.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You'll have to ask Cindy.
I will. Okay. Siama. Well, you've got everything under control this week.
It's the Emperor.
It's the Emperor. Yes. Do you want to go ahead? I've been going
Sure.
first a while.
The Emperor says that this is a time, or this week coming is, like Banshee said, a lot of sense of control over things. Like you feel like really everything is pretty much settled in the way it is. You don't even have to necessarily lift a finger to do anything because you got people for that or you got systems for that. The Emperor sort of, in its own way, defines the sense of a system where there are interlaced or interlocking responsibilities and or capabilities of managing and doing things. So even if there's not a lot of things that you control in your life, you're doing it quite well. Everything seems to have been really worked out for you. You know who to talk to for advice. You know how to move behind the scenes if you need to. And there's just really such a sense of comfort in this too. Like, really, there are no challenges to your authority. Your authority, your ability to be autonomous, there I said it again, is secure.
Well, Siama, I have to say, the Emperor is about having everything under control, but also I feel this week happiness might come by the opportunity, if an opportunity presents itself for you to take the lead on something or to show some leadership in some area of your life, uh, you'll feel really good about that. I think you'll feel really good about the result of that in some way. Or even, for example, if you have, this is just a hypothetical, if you have a job interview, for example, and you're able to really impress the people that are interviewing you with your leader, that you have leadership skills and abilities, this will serve you well, and you can feel good about just taking charge of something this week. Even if you're a leader, how should I say this, even if you're a leader of one, a leader over your own life. So in other words, if there's certain projects that you've been putting off, now's the time to take the lead on them and tackle them and get them out of the way.
All right.
So good luck with that. It's a good card. Preeti is up. Preeti? Sonny, my boy. Don't want anything to happen to you. But he seems so much better today, but this has been a recurring problem, so I think we have to get him checked
Have
out.
an analysis.
Yeah.
Preeti, you get the moon today. And the moon says that maybe, this is a time to immerse yourself in a number of things, maybe a sense of intuition. If you have found that maybe things sort of aren't clicking exactly the way you want, you might want to look into that. You might want to spend time absorbing yourself into what you feel around you. Maybe seek a quiet space within your mind, meditate, and you may find that maybe there are things that will come to your attention that you needed to know. They may be intuitions. There's also a sense here, maybe, of a tide turning, because that's the moon too. And that maybe if you've been feeling like these things are sort of blocked right now, this is a sign that maybe in the near future they won't be so blocked.
Paisley,
Hi, Paisley.
we will get you on the list.
We're getting near the end of who we can take, I think.
Yep, getting very close.
Good
We're
morning.
moving through pretty quickly, so that's a good thing. Okay.
You're welcome.
I wanted to say for this card, Preeti, that right now we're getting. It's very clear that Mercury is in its shadow phase right now, right before it goes retrograde. So things are starting to feel a little bit uncertain or wobbly to you. Trust your gut and intuition to guide you. The moon is all about psychic impressions and things as well. So if things seem a little cloudy or uncertain, or you're not sure whether this is the right time to do something, make a certain move, make a certain purchase, for example, trust your gut. Let your gut inform you. You might get little signs, little flutters that tell you, hey, 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 slow down, think about this a little bit more before you sign on the dotted line or whatever. So this week, I feel, if nothing else in your life, the happy news is your intuition's got your back, and, it will help guide you.
All righty.
Good luck with that. And we are on Angel Rivera.
Angel Rivera.
All right.
You're welcome, Preeti. So we closing the list or not? Let's wait a
Yeah,
few minutes.
let's wait a few minutes. But, do you hear that?
Yeah, I do.
They're working out there again.
Does that mean we have to stay open? We're not going anywhere, so we might as well, right?
We'll just sit here all day and read cards for people, huh? No.
We live in a about 200, 199 condo units. And so they're kind of divided up into, smaller cul-de-sacs, generally 15 or so units per that, and maybe there's a couple of bigger ones. So literally 15 units here have limited access to getting out of their homes.
But we have been able to. I was worried yesterday when they were working in the morning. I'd said to Mr. O, are we going to be able to get to our
Right, they're
son's
working
site?
on July 4th.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. But they probably made some good bucks doing it.
I hope so. I mean, if they got to
Right.
be out there, I hope they made money.
Angel Rivera, you got the Hermit. Talk about another card of pulling back and taking it a little bit slow, or just how about giving yourself some quiet time to meditate, to get back in touch with your inner wisdom or connect with the divine. This is a time to really pull back and get a little bit, if not spiritual, just get a little bit more insight, personal insight by reflecting, by taking some quiet time to process things, process what's going on. And gosh, you know, don't even try to process what's going on in society, because that's hopeless. But there's plenty of things in your personal life and in business and work, and even with your metaphysical and spiritual studies to process. So focus on that in the week ahead so you stay happy. You throw the government and what's going on in the US into the equation, that's not going to be happy.
Well, the hermit maybe is a call to, go into yourself a little bit, go into your own personal studies. You don't have to be a actual hermit to do that, but
Right.
maybe there's a call here to discern more of your own inner truths and also see how you reflect those truths outward to others, because that's the hermit. He may be alone, but he is in touch with others through the medium of how he shares his light. So this is a call to say maybe, there is more you can do to share information, or that, this is the mode you are in now, sharing wisdom or information. And hopefully these things go to where they are best received.
All right. Well, I've decided to close the list looking at the time and who's left on the list. Everybody on the list will get a reading, and the list is officially closed now. So I'm going to pin that if I can. There we go. And Mr. M is up. You hand me the hermit. That's what we have for you, Angel. Good luck with that.
So,
Hey,
like I mentioned, I work for the local city government that's around us. You're welcome, Angel.
their library.
And they're having major construction in the middle of summer on the parking lots around the library and the adjacent city hall. And of course, we just started our summer reading programs for children, teens, and adults. So now access to the library
It's going to be
is a little
busy
questionable. The parking lot is actually going to be closed
for
for
6 weeks.
weeks.
So
And
it's getting construction here as well as at work.
yeah, I love it. I just love it. But so at one point, people will not be able to use our front entrance, and we'll have to help them into our employee entrance, which is not even necessarily ADA accessible. So they're going to have to build things temporarily to do that. It's really crazy. And, you know, I like my patrons, but I don't know that I like them coming in my employee door. I'm just gonna have to say that.
Well, Mr. M, you've got the Queen of Pentacles this week. You know, that's nice as far as financial matters go. I'm just going to say that. It seems like you are certainly on top of your current present financial affairs. You know, you've got everything in order for now. Uh, so that's good. But also, I feel a sense here, a call to either reach out and make sure the people around you are okay, you know, during this crazy time, whether it's people in your work environment or it's people, you know, in your personal life. This is a time to care for others as well as yourself. Don't short shrift yourself here. But I kind of feel when it's upright, it encompasses more than just self care. It encompasses this idea that this queen takes care of the people around them too.
The queen of any suit sort of has a holding power. Maybe it's a level of fixed sign, like the zodiac kind of stuff. And it's saying really, hold on to those things that promote safety or creativity or health or things related to the pentacle suit, foundational things, prosperity. So this is a time where maybe you want to see where you can focus yourself towards more materialistic enterprises you may be interested in, or shoring up your bank account if you need to do that, stabilizing things around your home, making sure that they're secure and protected. And really, doing this with a sense of grace that the Queen of Pentacles has, that this is not necessarily about overachieving or underachieving. This is about right achieving.
Right. And if you have any concerns, you know, about your future financially, this is really a time to, like he said, maybe if you can afford to do it, put some more money aside, have some contingency plans in place. The Queen is a thinker, you know, as well. She plans things out well. And, but she understands too that there's no rush. We take things, we pace ourselves well, and so we ensure that we don't make any mistakes along the way. And also, you'll feel really good this week if you can be there for others who just may need, you know, a little bit of calming energy around them. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. And you are very welcome, Angel. I don't know if I said that
Thank you
already.
again for the donation.
And thank you so much for that. And we will get to your question in more detail tomorrow.
All right, Cherry Blossom.
Cherry Blossom, good to see you.
Hi, Cherry Blossom. It
Thanks
is
for
good to see you.
checking in on us and asking how we're doing. We appreciate that. And we are doing fine. We stuffed ourselves at our son's house yesterday.
Oh my God.
They grilled too much food. I just say that. I'm just going to say it.
Well, absolutely more so than us. These guys qualify as foodies.
Yeah.
And they both have really good incomes. They've kind of eclipsed ours, I imagine, or to some degree. And that's wonderful. I'm so happy for them. So happy for my granddaughter. They had lamb. They had chicken shawarma.
They have chicken two ways,
Chicken
actually.
two ways, right. I'm just describing one of them. They had bratwurst, hot dogs. My daughter-in-law made a wonderful pasta salad. They made, and I didn't get to try it, much of it,
Taco dip or nacho dip.
a nacho
Yeah.
cheese dip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it was pretty good. I did taste it. It was pretty
yeah, it
good.
was great.
So, but I can't eat that much. I mean, but of course, our daughter-in-law's family was there as well, and that you know. But still, I just when they brought they brought in
Just kept coming and coming and coming.
this
Corn on the
box of
cob,
food
everything.
I'm just like, wow, enough food here to feed an army. Holy cow! Anyway. It was fun. Although I got a little nicked by Chase the dog. He didn't bite me, but we were playing and he got his paw on me and scratched me. And because of my cancer, I kind of bleed pretty easily, but it really wasn't that bad. Um, and I don't blame poor Chase.
All right, cherry blossom. Oh my goodness, look at that. Cherry blossom, you have Judgment. You know, we had justice earlier.
Right.
Judgment's not really the same thing, especially
No.
in this deck. Judgment offers a chance of rising above or out or away from yourself, Cherry. This is sort of like saying rising to meet an occasion. It could be an indication that if you've been thinking about trying to astral project or visual project, you know, sometimes people do mental projections where it's just an exercise, but they imagine they're somewhere else and they kind of do remote viewing. You know, that's what that concept is. So whether it's astral projection, remote viewing, or just realizing a truth that maybe was moving towards full realization, and now that truth, Cherry, could be very liberating to you. I'm not saying like this is so grandiose, like you're going to say, oh, Oberon, how could you have known this? But it is really saying something is moving that brings you something informative and maybe confirming to your sense of being.
Well,
I went a little farther, didn't
that's
I?
okay. You know, when I look at this version of just judgment, you know, resurrection clearly comes to mind here, but also, you know, like with the even traditional judgment card, that's kind of there. But I feel there's a part of your spirit, there's a part of you that wants to come out. That wants to be recognized to the greater world around. There's a part of you, maybe some talents, some skills, or a part of your nature that wants to be get more attention, that wants to be out there, that they feel it's time for you to reveal more of this part of your nature, and let it out into the world. This is like a recreation, a reimagining. Maybe I like to call it the magical makeover card as well, where you know you're remaking your life because there's a part of you that maybe is kind of, it's not shadow work per se, but it's kind of been there lurking inside of you in the shadows. Maybe a talent you had years ago that you need to resurface now in your life, or something like that. But whatever the case may be, and it could just be a mindset, it could be an attitude, it's time to bring it forth once more.
Very nice.
Good luck with that. We are on
Karen,
Kara. All right. Your shuffle, I think.
I just did the last
Oh,
one for, and I thought
you're
it was
right.
yours, but
You
I
are.
did it.
No, no, it was yours because I did pull Mr. M's card. I think it was, right? Yeah. But you are right about this one. I mean, it's the kind of weather we don't even feel like cooking. But then to go out and eat somewhere and out in that heat is bad too. And I thought, oh, maybe we should order pizza. But then I don't want to make delivery drivers come out. So I could go pick up a pizza, but then I don't want to go out in the heat. It's just but we have leftovers, fortunately. We have leftovers from last night.
Yes. Can't wait.
We were able to take it home.
Everything was so good. I mean, because they are really good cooks. They're both really good cooks. They're foodies, like I said.
Cantaloupe. Yeah, I have watermelon and I'm going to eat some of that to hydrate. Yep. Good deal, Kara.
And they're not like another relative of mine. I won't say who they are. Well, I'll get to this story later. Go
Oh
ahead.
dear. Look, Kara.
Eyes wide shut or open,
It's
Sarah.
interesting. We've had two of the psychic kind of cards in the tarot.
Your
The
eyes.
moon and the high priestess. And this high priestess again really encourages you to look beneath the surface of things. Sometimes things aren't always as they appear. For example, okay, I'm going to give you two examples here. Maybe somebody is like being very gruff on the surface, you know, like Mr. O here. He can be kind of Yeah,
What are you
right?
talking about?
But, if you really look beneath the layers here, you would find out, well, Mr. O's not that bad a guy after all. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Wait till the cameras are off.
No, I'm just teasing. But, that's an example. Or, for example, somebody might be killing you with kindness, but then suddenly your gut might be telling you, but what are they after here? What are they after here? And also, you have to determine who's sincere and who's not. There's maybe more sincerity out there than you realize, too. So, the High Priestess is here this week to say you are really going to be in touch with this and in tune with this week. So use it well to determine who you want to deal with, who you don't, who's got your best interests at heart, who doesn't, things of that nature. I think you can count on your intuition to help you sort things out.
I love this card always, especially this version, and I'm always drawn to the eyes that are both open and closed. And I think what this could be saying also, in addition to anything Banshee said, is that you can see what you want to see and you don't have to see what you don't want to see. And this is not saying filtering out things that are just, you should see, but you just don't want to see them because you're stubborn or whatever. Taurus, I get that. But maybe this is saying there are things that really you don't need to see because they really don't do anything for you, Kara, So think about what that is. What is the things that bring you to a sense of intuitive perfection and realize that not everything you come across will advantage you. So it's up to you to sort of discern that and figure out what are the tools or things you come across that purpose you towards where you want to go.
You're
You're
welcome,
welcome,
Sherry.
Sherry. And what are the things that you can just let idle by you? Not everything you come across means it's meant for you.
That's right. Wow. Good luck with that. All right.
You're so
We're
welcome,
on,
Cherry. Thank you.
we're on Libra.
Hi, Libra. And just like that, the list is finally getting winnowed
Did I
down.
pull that?
I don't know, but I don't
I
mind
think
pulling
I
one for
did.
you. Well,
Sorry.
I don't stand on ceremony with that. I don't know why you have to. The cards get shuffled. It's all, it happens the way it's supposed to. As a tarot card reader, you should know that.
I'm going to have to do some of my chair yoga at home, I guess, because I am not going to make it to the gym. Boy, I got this cut. I'm just looking at myself here. I got this little cut from Chase, and then I've got a bruise here from my blood work. Kind of bruised up here today.
Oh, Libra, you have the Five of Swords. You have our most challenging
Well, the
card.
first challenging card of the day,
Do you want to
really.
start?
Wow.
Okay, I will then.
Yeah, yeah, why don't you? No, I will. I'm fine with it. I think Libra here, again, what's going to make you, I've said this before with the Five of Swords, and I feel this for you this week, that avoid dramas, just avoid them. You don't have to participate in other people's arguments, dramas, etc. Don't be drawn in. You'll maintain your happy demeanor if you steer clear of other people's disputes this week, whether they're neighborhood disputes, whether they're family disputes, whether they're disputes among your friends or tribe. Try to just, say, hey, you know what? This you guys figure it out. You guys work it out, but I'm going to stay out of this one. And you'd probably be better off.
Well, the Five of Swords is an opportunity to look at what's talking to you and really realize maybe that not everything, it's just like, what we said to Carol, not everything that comes your way is something you have to incorporate in yourself. That this is saying there's a moment of discernment that where you can realize that not everybody is telling you the best stuff and you have to figure it out and fly above it. But this card says you will. This card says you will do it. There may be a sense of really having to go against the grain to some degree, but it's all for the good because ultimately what it does is it takes you above these petty concerns that may be around you and puts you above them so that you don't really have to deal with them in that way.
Well, let's hope we got that card out of the
You're welcome,
way.
Cara.
Good luck with that, Libra. I think you'll be able to do fine. Sometimes when I see a negative card like that one, I'm often telling people how to make sure they do have a happy week. And it's to avoid all of that stuff, any kind of confrontations. All right.
We're on Holly now.
We are on Holly. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
Well, you might be out, you said, I think, again. So,
Uh, they may be at work,
yep.
so they may tune in later or they may come back. That was like Mr. Maurice. Mr. Maurice was probably checking it out while he was on his route. And then after we do the last reading, we'll do our own cards and then end with a namaste blessing. I wanted to give up on trying to get rid of my blue flame there,
Oh, the
but I
sparkles.
keep being annoyed by it, and so I keep working with it. It's basically one of the colors in the overall palette is a bleed through color, and I can't figure out exactly how to get rid of it. And it's because I use these other filters on the camera for effect.
Some of these backgrounds are really not working, and I looked at our
Says you.
predictions from 2025, and it was so grainy and not very good. So I'm hoping we can tone down some of those backgrounds. I think they're problematic sometimes. I just do. Ah, when they look nice to some extent. All right. All right, Holly. Hey, another thing. Like really everybody
Lot of really cool cards.
just noticing that there is a lot of step back, calm down, find a middle ground in your life for balance.
Take another look.
The psychic intuition stuff also do internal work, the hermit, right? We've had this just seems to be a lot of the theme of the cards today, and this is no exception, Holly. I think here the hangman is saying it's time for you to step back and assess something in your life, especially if it's something right now that you realize you need to give more thought to before you make your mind up or make a decision on something. Look at the bigger picture, gather any information you might need, but this is not a time to act. This is more a time to process and figure out what the right move is to make when you're ready to make it. But right now is a time to dive deep into whatever the issue is or situation and just try to figure out, look at it from a more broader perspective. And if you really feel you can't be objective about it, get an outside opinion.
The objective part is very notable, Holly, because when you get the hangman, a lot of times it says there are things you might be fighting that are representative of your ego wanting to assert its will in certain ways. And you have to step back because you have to realize if that ego speaking is really speaking for the truthful part of you. It sort of is in a way related to maybe a sense of shadow work that sometimes we don't know how to control or absorb certain qualities in our lives that maybe put us at odds with people, and it always ends up relating to our ego. And so once we can figure out what is pulling the ego concerns, we may be able to work on those. So the hangman maybe shows up to say, you're important, but not if your way comes before all other ways. Sometimes integrating a common sense approach to everything needs to happen.
True that. True that. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All right, and so we're on Paisley then. Hey,
Paisley is
Paisley.
up.
Paisley, you just made it before we were going to close the list.
Just a reminder that we'll be doing a namaste blessing for everybody, and
So please,
we'll be doing cards for ourselves first before that.
and I'm going to remind everybody to once again watch us on Banshee show tomorrow. It's a recording, but we are live in the chat room. It premieres at 10 a.m. There you are. I see you there. And it's good information for every sign of the zodiac for your economics. It is nice to see you too. Thank you so much for saying that. All righty.
Ah, well, it's the Page of Swords. Yeah,
Oh, I like it.
well, this one's a multifaceted one. Because there's a lot of thinking that goes on with the page. So I was going to say, oh, it's another time to step back and think about things, but not exactly. I think this is groupthink in a way. This is engaging with others and coming up with solutions or working together on a project or goal, maybe. There's definitely communication with others going on in this week ahead that will be very engaging and kind of exciting for you.
We are, Paisley, we are your Auntie Banshee and Uncle O. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
So,
Appreciate that.
Paisley, the light bulbs are going off for you maybe this week, over this week.
That's a good
The
point, too.
Page of Swords really brings a sense of grace as they move towards what they're doing. They're really trying to make sure everything kind of works out well. They don't want to be tacky. They don't want to be overbearing. They don't want to push. And so to that degree, their brilliant minds maybe help them see the better way to navigate. And I like that because swords are, of course, about clear thinking. So this is a sign maybe that if you've been feeling like you just haven't been able to wrap your head around certain situations or problems, or even trying to project yourself just getting through a day, the Ace of Swords may be able to provide some clarity for that, give you clearer thinking, show you those ideas, the light bulbs, and also do it with a sense of diplomacy and grace.
Yeah, I didn't think about that too, Paisley. I do have to add here that this might be a week where things just come to you, which will make you very happy too. You got a problem, the solution's just going to pop up. You're working on something and you get confused, bam, confusion gone. It's almost as if you get, epiphanies. The right information at the right time just seems to present itself to you. So a lot of clarity this week, a lot of mental clarity.
This is nearly one of my favorite pages. I mean, even it used to be that I liked the Page of Cups a lot because I sort of relate to it as a water sign. But the Page of Swords really does it for me because it's really about getting things done. Swords are always about implementing things, and the page I like because maybe they see a better way to do it, a way that's not rushed and hurried or fraught with possible downturns. It's really clear sailing.
Sonny's saying, you can't go next weekend, Kara. You
Aww.
have to stay. No, just kidding, kidding. He's wishing you a happy weekend too ahead.
Well, you'll
So,
have to post a picture of that.
yeah, that's right. So that's what we have. Oh,
Thank
the
you, Paisley.
diplomacy was confirmation. Okay. Very cool, Paisley.
I really think that is one of the hallmarks of this card more so than most other court cards, the idea of having grace intact.
I pulled that, so why don't you go ahead and pull my card first?
Alrighty. So that's it for all the readings, and we want to thank you all. Thank Mr. Maurice again for his donation.
All the readings, because it's my turn.
That's all the regular readings. We're the irregular
Oh.
ones. You're welcome. And we have a few patrons that call us Uncle O and Auntie Banshee. So it's very endearing. Thank you.
We're all family here.
Should I sing it?
Sure. Why can I stop
We
you?
are family. I got all my sisters in me. Alrighty. Your card.
Yay, another page.
Another page. This is the wild one. This is the one that opens up portals and says, "Smile, everybody, we're going."
That's me.
Banshee, you are hypercharged with energy. Maybe you are in a mood to be invited or to invite others or to invite yourself to partake of some sort of beginning that charges writing projects, charges enterprises that you might be involved in,
Oh, are you thinking?
charges networking. So this is like a day of reach out and touch someone
Oh,
with that
well, it's
woman.
interesting because I am thinking of uh, restarting my Lenormand project. There's still a few things I need to do on the writing end of things.
Now
And,
that you've talked to a potential
well,
artist.
I'm trying to get coerce, but still might take a little work. At any rate, I feel here this is a time to start new things, and that maybe there is a new cycle beginning here, a new exciting cycle for me because I just feel
That's not
you
what that
know,
card's about.
I just feel an energy shift. I do. And oh, you're telling me the wands are not about energy?
No,
Hello?
I'm reading the card for you, so only my interpretation's the one you need to listen to.
Fine. Give me those cards. You're
Uh-uh.
give me that.
No, of
Now I
course
got
your interpretation was good.
for Mr. O and Sonny, I need just
I
a
just can't have you show me up.
little room to shuffle, little room to shuffle.
He seems very needy today. I don't know why.
No, he's in a better mood. I can tell. He wants the love. He always wants the love.
Well, there is that.
But for a few days, he usually comes up and greets me in the morning and waits for me to come downstairs. He'll go downstairs before me because then Shadow takes over at my bathroom while I get my vitamins and my morning pills
It's a
together.
three cat morning.
Seriously, it almost is, except Sassy kind of holds back. She bothers me in the evenings and at night more than anything. They all have their turns. All right, Mr. O.
What you got for the O?
Oh, for crying out loud. You, you little romantic, you.
Yeah.
It's the Knight of about Cups, the Knight of Cups.
The Knight of
He
Cups
was
has
just
a
talking
wand.
about the Page of Cups being his favorite card. But in recent months, I think, really in the last couple months, maybe, you've had this card before. And so I think here
Over the
this is
course of my life, I've had it many times.
to shower your love on others or a particular someone. And, this is a time for you to maybe delve into, um, your own emotional. You should not forget, Mr. Knight, about yourself here. And likely you don't, because the Knight of Cups is very much into the experience of the emotions. So, he's always looking for things that make him feel happy and better about life and, loves to engage with people. And so I think that this week would make you very happy if you engaged with more people and shared the love. Share the love you have to give.
Well, that's really nice, Auntie Banashee. The Knight of Cups is indeed moving towards something he really loves or appreciates.
That's true. Something more
Something
passionate.
that sort of fills his emotions with really, strong feelings of the heart. Um, and on a personal level, I have felt very disconnected to that sort of greater sense of humanity, the common humanity, because I mostly am only seen bad examples of it in
It's
this.
true.
But you gotta put your hope forward and realize that at some point people do open their hearts, or those that will open your hearts will find each other, and those that are not able to, we're not going to worry about them.
All right, Mr. O, let's do that namaste blessing and close this out. And you were supposed to only listen to my words. You weren't supposed to pontificate there.
Well, then I'm not going to let you read these words. I'll read them.
What is it? Can I see the picture? Oh, ooh, that's nice. Have we had this one before?
I don't know.
It's very pretty. I'll let you put it out in a minute. I'm good. Okay, you can read it.
Well, I would just want to show the picture. I'll let you
Okay,
read
show
it.
the picture now. I'm positive we have not, well, or we haven't had it
It's
in
hard
our,
to say. I don't think this is one we've had before.
but it is called the blessing of endless possibility. Allow your inner child to be the master for a while and don't take things too seriously. Have fun and explore the world of endless possibility. Something wonderful is created through imagination and innocence. Man, when we think about some of the horrific things that are going on right now, it's hard to maintain your innocence and your childlike natures. It's traumatizing. And so we need to not allow people to rob us of our fun and, the life and the freedoms that we, believe in, that we've had. And so I think here, think about the fact that, the future's an open book. As much as things swung one way, they can eventually swing another way again. And the other thing about this is don't take life so seriously. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. This is summer in our part of the world. But even if it's not in your part of the world, find ways to bring more joy and fun into your life.
Thinking positively always seems to help. And I'm one of the worst ones to have that message because there are times I can be very depressive personality. You're welcome, Cherry.
You're welcome,
Um,
Sherry.
but I just go back to some of the materials I remember from when I first got on the path, and you realize, that you, for the most part, are the one that makes your life hell or heaven. So you have a choice. Disregarding any externals, there are externals. Sometimes people can't help the situations they're in. But generally speaking, most people can help themselves by trying to think as positively as possible.
Namaste, everybody. I
Namaste.
hope you have a great rest of your day, a very happy week ahead, and we hope to see you soon, maybe at our show tomorrow. Okay, take care. Bye for now.